All right, let's talk about a little secret your mouth has been keeping from your brain. It's this sound puzzle that's hidden in plain sight. Or, I guess, plain sound. And the wild part is you've been solving it perfectly every single day without even realizing it.
Okay, so let's do a quick experiment right now. Go on, say these two words out loud. I mean, really say them. Cats. Beds. Did you feel that? Pay attention to the very end of the word. The S in cats is the sharp little hiss, right? But the S in beds it's a buzz. They're not the same sound at all. So what's going on here? Why is that?
So here's how linguists actually write down what you just did. For cats, that ending is what we call a ts sound. That's the sharp hiss. But for beds, it's a totally different thing, a dz sound, and that's the buzz. They get their own unique symbols because, well, as your mouth just proved, they are fundamentally different sounds.
Okay, so to really crack this case, we've got to break these sounds down. And it's not quite as simple as just a T plus an S or a D plus a Z. Nope. The way it actually works is a little more elegant. I want you to think of it like a super fast two-step move. First, your tongue makes a quick stop. It's like building a tiny little dam for the air. And then, immediately after, it releases that air into a hiss. So it's a stop, then a hiss. And they're glued so tightly together, there's absolutely no vowel sound in between.
So let's start with that sound in cats. Go ahead and put the tip of your tongue on that bumpy ridge right behind your top teeth. You know the spot. Now, act like you're about to say T, build up just a little bit of pressure, and then let it go straight into an S hiss. Sss. Now, the important part, notice how there's no buzzing in your throat? Your vocal cords are just chillin', they're turned off. That's what we call a voiceless sound.
And you use this sound constantly. You hear it in words like cats, pizza, hits, notes. Can you hear it now? That sharp, clean hiss at the end of every single one. That's our voiceless tis sound in action.
All right, now for the other one, the sound in beds, we're going to go to the exact same spot with the tongue. But this time, you need to turn your voice on. Flip the switch. Start with a D sound and release it right into a buzzing Z sound. Des. Des. Seriously, put your hand on your throat when you do it. You should feel that vibration the whole time. Des. That's a voiced sound.
And of course, you hear this buzzing sound all over the place, in words like beds, codes, rides, and yeah, even in a more obscure word like ads, which is a kind of cutting tool, by the way. The key thing here, the defining feature, is that vibration.
Okay, so we've got these two very different sounds, right? One is voiceless, no buzz. The other is voiced, all buzz. But what's the trigger? How does your brain decide which one to use? Well, it turns out there's this incredibly simple, totally predictable, and honestly kind of beautiful rule that runs the whole show, and your brain follows it without even thinking.
So, what is the deciding factor? Is it the spelling? The vowel that comes before it? What's the one thing that tells your mouth, okay, time to hiss, or all right, let's buzz? And here it is, the big secret. It all comes down to the very last sound of the word before you add the S. Think about it. If that final sound is voiceless, like the T in cat, the S ending just stays voiceless to match. But if that final sound is voiced, like the D in bed, the ending becomes voiced too. Your mouth is just being super efficient. It's kind of lazy, actually. It doesn't want to bother flipping that vocal cord switch on and off in that tiny fraction of a second.
So yeah, that's the whole game right there. Your vocal cords are the secret switch. If they're off for the sound before the S, they just stay off. If they're on, they stay on. It's that simple.
Okay, so now you know the secret rule. That's the why. Now let's talk about mastering the sound itself, the how. Because knowing the rule is great, but making that sound nice and clean is the next level.
So here are 3 quick pro tips to help you nail this and avoid the most common mistakes. Tip number 1, do not add an extra vowel. It's not cat-uz, it's cats. You gotta glue those sounds right together. Tip 2, for that voiced z sound, you have to keep the buzz going all the way through. Don't let it die out. And tip 3, don't forget the stop part of the sound. You need to build up that little bit of pressure with your tongue before you release the hiss or the buzz.
All right, time for a quick practice drill. Let's train your ear a little bit. I'm going to say the first word. Listen for that sharp, voiceless ending. Ready? Seats. Hear that? That's the crisp t sound.
And now, here's its voiced partner. Listen for the buzz this time.
seeds. You can practically feel that zzz vibration, can't you? Let's try them back to back. Seats, seeds. See? Hiss and buzz.
Okay, now it's your turn. Give this one a try. Remember the rule. The T sound is voiceless, so the ending has to be voiceless too. Go for it. Coats. You should get that nice sharp TS.
And now for its voiced partner, say codes. Make sure you feel that zzz buzz in your throat. Perfect. Honestly, once you can feel that physical difference, you've pretty much got it mastered.
Wow, okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, huh? From the anatomy of the sound all the way to the secret rule your brain's been using this whole time. So let's just lock in the most important points.
When it comes to the technique, here's all you really need to remember. Seal your tongue to make that stop, and then release it directly into the hiss or buzz. Do not let any vowel sounds sneak in there. That's the absolute secret to making it sound clean and natural.
And if you're going to remember just one thing about the rule, let it be this. The sound before the S is everything. If it's voiceless, the S will be voiceless. If it's voiced, the S will be voiced. Your mouth is just playing follow the leader. It's really that simple.
So I'll leave you with this final question. Now that your ears are tuned in, where else do you think this hidden rule is at play? I'll give you a hint. Think about past tense words, like the difference between walked and jogged. See? You've just unlocked one of the fundamental principles of English pronunciation. I guarantee you're going to start hearing it absolutely everywhere.